Just win, baby.
Look, check it out. All black with a hoodie, snapback, with a snap on. Long white socks, me mugging like I'm King Kong. With them all black Chuck Taylors. West side and this bitch yelling Raiders. Thuggin', cause we know with it. Motherfuckers like y'all suck, but we don't give a fuck, nigga. We deal with it. Jaw jacking, getting nigga fucked up with the quickness. Parking lot squabbles, giving nigga the business. Shh, quiet, the fuck you mean? We yelling Raiders, bitch. Like fuck your team, you wanna talk your shit. Get stabbed like Scream Stadium, take off, nigga. Homicide scene. Oakland to LA, LA to Oakland, Las Vegas, Sin City, steady smoking. Raiders looking to get another ring like fuck y'all haters, nigga, y'all know me. We yelling Raiders, bitch, y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. Quick it, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck, Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. Quick it, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck.
With so much drama in the big LV, it's kinda hard being Yaya or end up C, but I somehow, some ways keep dropping these Raider hits like every single day. May I sip on this Henny while these haters pay attention and my name stay bitchin'. I'ma stay G'd up like a silver feed up and tucked as a burner just in case it heats up, but I'm humble. 10 toes down to never stumble. Keep doing Raider music, imitating, never double. It's like everywhere it goes, it's like the same old shit. Here Raiders just suck, y'all can suck my dick. It's a nation just to prove, no need to consume, win, lose, or tie. Raider Nation keep moving, top to the bottom, bottom to the top. It's Raider Nation all day till the casket drop.
We yelling Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. Quick it, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck, Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. Quick it, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck. Welcome in this bitch like nigga, what's happening? With whiskey in my cup, turned up, Raider Nation hella active. Watch what you say, watch the yapping, nigga, don't get your ass kicked. We bout that action, I'm a goofy nigga, but I ain't no goofy nigga. Fuck around and find out he doing a two-piece nigga. Everybody knows me soon as I hit the scene. They like, Raiders, bitch, nigga, fuck your team. Champions Club, I am the one. VIP access, we do what can't be done. I do what I do, nigga, that's on the daily. Talking hella shit, give a fuck if they hate me. Only one nation, Raider Nation, and it's evident. Any other nation is irrelevant. Commitment to excellence, just win, baby, is what we telling them. Shout out to the nation, you know I had to represent. We yelling Raiders, bitch, y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. Wicked, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck, Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. Wicked, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck.
Raiders! What is up? What is up, Raider Nation? It is your boy, Cheeto Linus. I am back for another episode of Boodle Raiders podcast. And, well, what's left to say that we don't already know? You already know, after last game, we lost a tough one to the Colts. Yeah, that one was tough. Huge shout out to everybody who made it out to the XOXO Lounge this weekend. Oh man, it was so much fun despite the loss. We were out there with the homeboy MC Raider, with Power Ranger. Go Power Raider was out there, as well as a bunch of other super fans who were in attendance. Raider Claus was out there giving out presents to the kids. My boy West Coast Pirates was out there selling his merch, as well as a few other people. So if you made it out there, again, salute to you, Nation. It was fun seeing you out there. And it was at least fun chilling and partying with the nation. But what can we say about that last game? Another tough loss to the Colts. There's not much to be said. It's kind of been like this all season, you know? It's kind of, our offense shows up when it wants to. It disappears. There's times where we question play calls. I know I did. You know, a lot of the times during these 3rd and 1s throughout the season, I've been saying like, oh, maybe we should play action or go deep. And I don't know, maybe this time I thought maybe we should have called or gone for runs, or when we did, we got stuffed. So it's just been a lot of inconsistency on the offense, and where do we go from here, right? What do we do now? That was a game we should have had. We could have had, I felt, as well. One of the main things we couldn't do was let Jonathan Taylor get off, and obviously after that first drive and that big play that Gardner Minshew made, Jonathan Taylor was able to run it in, and they got that lead on us. That's one thing I've noticed and said about our team from the get-go. We are not built to come from behind. Not the way this offense has been playing. The way our defense is set up, we play better with the lead. We do better with the lead. We're able to get to the quarterback more, things of that nature. There were also a bunch of questionable calls, questionable no calls as well. I saw Tay getting held, being pass interference, things of that nature, and no flags. And then, of course, you got the big play that Amik got burnt, but I don't blame that on him. That was a cover zero coverage, zero coverage. So there was nobody behind him to help. Raiders kind of got caught with their hands in the cookie jar. If you ask me, it was a short down distance. They played up thinking they were going to run to stop it. They got caught. The Colts made a big play, and Minshew put the ball perfectly, and they took the lead. They made a good play. So shout out to the Colts. They played tough. They definitely knew they were playing for a playoff spot, and they played like it. So it was a good game. It was a tough game. I wish we would have won that game, but unfortunately, we didn't. I still see things out on the field that make me wonder sometimes about the coaching staff and then being ready. Um, Clock management situations. You have questionable calls, play calls, perhaps. I still question the quarterback play. Say what you will. Yeah, he's a rookie, but at one point or another, you need to perform. How much longer are we gonna go give you that the pass that it's a rookie? So we got to give you time. There were throws that were thrown from behind that were underthrown. Some throws that could have been thrown a lot better. In my question, there were also a lot of drops. I did see a lot of drops. I figured a receiver like Tay could have made those catches. He did make a good catch a couple of times, the big play, the big touchdowns that he made. It was funny because during the podcast that we had before, I had said that Tay would get two touchdowns, and he did. And I thought, Tay getting two touchdowns, that he would at least win. We would at least win the game. But as it was, the Las Vegas Raiders fell to the Colts, 23-20. So, what's left to be said, And there's always a little segment I like to do is the good, the bad, and the ugly from the game. I'll start with my good. My good to me is Zeus. Zeus got his game on. He's looking like a good running back. Not only running the ball, but also out of the backfield. I saw a lot of catches that he made, a lot of hard runs. He was getting his yards. I think we relied too much on the pass in the beginning. I know everyone complained about AOC not getting enough, making enough plays, enough throws. To me, it was too pass happy in the beginning. I would have liked to have seen more plays with Zeus, more hands-offs to Zeus. But I did like the play of Zeus. Zeus had a good game, another good game. I see a lot of good things in the future for him, hopefully. Hopefully, I don't know what's going to happen with JJ's contract. My guess is these last couple games, yeah, he's hurt. He's got a bruised eye, things of that nature. More business decisions. Why hurt it more? Things of that nature. His value has gone down this year, though. He just didn't get the same amount of yards, same amount of performance as he did last year, where everyone felt he deserved that contract. So, a lot of us that said, oh, he should get paid or maybe he shouldn't, now we're at that point. Well, maybe they're glad they didn't give him that long-term deal. So we'll see what happens with him. I'm hoping that we're able to keep both of them. I think JJ and Zeus would make a good 1-2 punch, especially now that we know and see what Zeus can do on the field. They can evenly split more of the carries throughout the game. They are two different style running backs. I will say that. Zeus is very straightforward, downhill runner, quick to the hole, finds a hole, goes right through it, uses his power. Whereas JJ sometimes can be a little more patient waiting for his blocks and set up before he makes his move. But overall, I'm liking what I see in Zeus. I know I was one of the few ones that said Zeus might not be the one, but I'm willing to, take what I said and eat it and go with it. And I'm glad I'm seeing the progress in Zeus. The bad for me, of course, is another slow offensive performance. The Colts first drive went out there, defense couldn't stop them. They scored, got a touchdown. Our offense had their drive, got down there to the other end of the field, and field goal, field goal, field goal, field goal. And we've been crying about this for 2-3 years now. Not being able to get it in the red zone and the or scoring positions when we need to. I know the last couple of weeks they were able to short fields that were created by the defense, but the offense can't always rely on the defense to score for them. I think the offense needs to get going. We have way too many weapons out on the field for us to not be for us not to be able to put points up on the board. Maybe the injury to Michael Mayer was bigger than we thought. I saw Austin Cooper get a few big catches, and Mayer not being able, they may have been hurting our boy O'Connell. That could be a security blanket as to why he couldn't get out there or make a lot of more of those quick throws out when in danger, things of that nature. But I'm really, really hoping that the Raiders really look into doing something with this offense. Whether it's we go with another quarterback or we stick with the kid or we bring somebody in. There's a lot of rumors and stuff going on of that nature. And we'll get into that as the season goes on, while the off season, there's a lot of rumors right now. Russ, Fields, the draft, trades, things of that nature. I know my boy Rundown loves to talk about the draft right now, how many quarterbacks are going out right now. So for those of you who watch college football, you saw Michael Penix. You saw Michael Penix this weekend. He went off, had a really good game. Really good game. Boy shot a lot of touch, and I think upped his draft status, as well as Bo Nix. Bo Nix had a huge game as well. Obviously it was against a lesser team, but a lot of these quarterbacks are making their presence known for this upcoming draft. So it'll be interesting to see where we're at when this comes. The ugly, the slow start for me. To me, it's again with the slow start. Sooner or later, I want to see this team come out there and then just start scoring. With the defense that we have and the type of aggressiveness that we play with, we're the type of team that needs to come out and stay it on in front for the defense to be able to key off on the team trying to catch up or keep up with us. We start playing that way. I think that's more to what our style is right now, as opposed to us having to wait and let the defense make some few stops while the offense tries to figure things out. I think that's kind of been like the theme this year in the games that we've lost, and I haven't seen them really being able to function in that manner. Another ugly were the horrible calls. Oh my God, horrible calls. As many of you have seen already, the videos floating around, the pass interference called on Jack. The ball was like 10 yards out of bounds, uncatchable. Sure, Jack probably shouldn't have pushed him, but he's playing defense at that point. Should the flag have been thrown? No, I don't think so. There were other plays, like I said, that the Colts were making against Devontae, where he was being held, he was being pushed on a lot of close ones like that, and there were no calls. So for the officials to throw the flag on that play was just mind-boggling to me. And then, of course, the offsides. Oh my God, the offsides! The offsides killed me. At first, I didn't see, during the game, I just saw offsides, was pissed. What the hell? Here we go. Especially after they missed. I thought that was our opportunity for us to be able to come back in and at least go down there and tie, if not go for two and go for the win. But when you see a lot of the replays, a lot of videos out there, I also saw it on Raiders game day, that Jack wasn't offsides. He moved right at the snap of the ball. Right at the snap of the ball. So, once again, the officiating has just been horrible this year, especially when it comes to versus us. So it's kind of been like our thing. What do we do? I know a lot of times we often say we shouldn't leave. That's why you don't leave the game up to the officials. We want to make sure we get them, get these teams in positions where the officials don't decide the games. I'm tired of being in that position. I saw it too over the weekend during the Cowboy game. That was crazy. That was horrible. You had seen how many different plays they had to do, how many times they're not being reported. Or I remember they used to announce when the players would be reported, so if there was a mistake or something. So it was just horrible officiating at the end, and for the game to be decided in that manner and our fate. But yet again, like I said, it goes on the Raiders too for allowing it to be at that point. We should have played a lot better offensively, should have taken care of the Colts and come out of there with the W and into this upcoming game ready to make the playoffs. But no, we ended up losing, and then now we're eliminated. We are officially eliminated from the playoffs. So what's next? What's the point? Do we pack it up? Do we pack it up, pack it in? See what's going to happen for next season, put our Raider gear away? Well, me, for one, no, fuck that. I represent silver and black all year long. I yell Raiders till I die every single day. This isn't just a little fad for me. I do this every day. I rock and wear Raider gear every year, every day, all day of the year. Tell you fuck your team all day, all year. So that's what I do. So what's next for us is we move on to the next one. We got one more game left. We got a game against Denver, back home in Vegas. So hopefully we'll be able to go in there. I believe Denver still has a shot at the playoff because they won their game. So we can go see, maybe we can play spoiler. I know a lot of people are like, no, why would we want to do that? Like, oh, we want to lose because we're gonna lose draft position. I'm not one for playing for draft position. I never will be. I will never be the fan who wants us to lose so we get a better pick. I've been a fan of this team for a long time. I've seen us have better picks and we fucked them up. So what's the point? I, for one, I am a fan who believes in rivalries, believes in wins, and each win not being easy and earned in the NFL. So if we can go ahead and go in there into Vegas and beat the Broncos and eliminate them from the playoffs, you got Stiddy coming into town, who I wish we would have kept at quarterback instead of bringing in Jimmy and wasting all that money like we did. But that's a whole other story. But yeah, for me, that's what's next. We move on to Denver. Denver's one of the most hated rivals. I grew up here in LA. So for me, the Denver Broncos are one of my most hated teams. I grew up here in LA where the Broncos had John Elway. And John Elway was a bitch. He was a pest. I could not stand that dude. As good as he was and as great as he was, I will give him credit for that. But I hate Denver, and I never want to see them win in that way. So if we can go in there and go ahead and spoil them, keep that winning streak going against them. That's something that I'm proud of as a Raider fan. When Bronco fans like to come over and talk trash, I just remind them, hey, who's your daddy? Just remember that. Who's your daddy? As far as the nation goes, state of the nation, I know a lot of us are torn. Some are upset. Another year, the disappointment. This is why we don't get it. We don't get our hopes up at the beginning of the year. I, for one, I know when me and Spotlight did our predictions as far as for the season, I believe I said we would be 10-7. I believe I said 10-7, if not 11. I may have said 12 in the beginning, and then I went to 10-7, which I wasn't that far off if you think about it. But our over under was what, 7, I believe. So given what we went through, what we've gone through this season, from the off season to us wondering who we were going to pick up, ending up with like I said, when it comes to Jimmy, I feel like we ended up with the girl that nobody wanted once the lights turn on at the club. And oh well, the quarterbacks we wanted were gone, so let's just get this one. That's how I felt we ended up with Jimmy. And then when we saw Jimmy go in there, we were excited in the beginning, but slowly that faded away, seeing the mistakes that he was making. And I know a lot of that wasn't solely on him, and a lot of that had to do with bad coaching with our previous coach, and the huge change that was made on Halloween. Huge shout out to Mark for pulling that trigger. I know there was a lot of people on social media, a lot of people online talking about Mark can't do it, he won't do it, he can't afford it, and Big Mark shut everybody up. He got those two bozos out of here, wrote the check, said peace out, bitches, and to my surprise, hired what would be something that I didn't expect. If you would have told me when Coach AP took over, the momentum, the energy, the flow of the team would change the way it did, I wouldn't have believed you. Once we got rid of McDaniels, in my mind, I was like, okay, here comes the tank for Caleb part of the season. That's where I thought we were going when this all went down. To see what Coach AP was able to do as a first-time head coach was impressive to me. I know a lot of people out there are like, "Oh no, but he's not qualified. He's not a coach. There's other more qualified coaches out there," and I get that and I hear that. But I will say this: that given what he was left with to deal with, he greatly improved a very under I won't even say with our only star being Max, but a very budget. I've always said a very budget defense for our defense to play the way they have and to exceed expectations. Nobody talked about our defense being this good at the beginning of the season. All the focus was on our offense, how our offense was going to do this, how our offense needed to this, how explosive we were going to be. We got Tay, we signed Jacoby, we got JJ. It was all on that, and it ended up being completely different. We're all positives that I saw on this side of the field were on the defense, and that's huge. Shout out to Coach AP and Coach Cram. I was one of those people who wanted Coach Graham gone at the beginning, if not last season, for how horrible our defense had been playing. But to see what they've been able to do, even with the changing of personnel, the addition of players, and the addition of Jack Jones is huge for me. Seeing that kid that's going to be here, we got him for at least 2 more years. Hopefully, he'll be able to continue to grow here with us. I know Meek got burnt, but like I said, no shade on the Meek. He's one of my favorite players. He plays like a dog. He has his bad tendencies. What corner doesn't? Some are good, some are bad. Some will just have times where they're going to get burnt. See the emergence of Trayvon Morrick, Malcolm Koontz, the transition of our rookie Tyree Wilson to the inside in the so-called NASCAR package. With Max continuing to dominate, and not to mention the play of Spillane. The play of Spillane cannot be left, and I don't think it would have happened without Coach AP. That's his position coach. That's his position coach right there, linebacking coach. So for Spillane to be able to ball out the way he has in the defense, I think goes on huge onto what Coach AP brings to the team. I, for one, when we first fired Gruden, well, not fired Gruden, but when we moved on for Gruden onto Rich, at that time, my choice, I was screaming, hooting, hollering for Coach Harbaugh. To me, there was nobody else we shouldn't have got, and then we got Coach McDaniels, and that went through its own fiasco. I tried not to drink the Kool-Aid. Shout out to my boy Chris, Protect the Shield. He convinced me to be patient, give it time, and I believed in him. And well, I'm glad that's all gone and moved on now. So what's next now is just focus on the future. I think the Raiders have a real bright future ahead of them. I know a lot of people are crying, screaming, rebuild. We're going to rebuild. We need to tear everything down. I don't think we need to tear everything down. I really don't. I think you make a few additions on the offensive line, a couple upgrades. Andre James, I'm sorry, you ain't it. Move Parham to center. Add another guard. Mumford to tackle. Colton to tackle. Colton Miller. Beef up that offensive line a little bit. Get a little bit more help on there. And then see what we're going to do at quarterback. I'm excited to see what we're going to do at quarterback. We'll have another episode later on in the offseason as far as what I think or where we should go. Like I said, there's a lot of different rumors out there right now about Fields being it, Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's another one that's been added out there lately with ties to Vegas. And it's going to be an interesting offseason, especially when it comes to this draft. If you are not familiar with college football, I suggest you at least watch the college football playoff coming off, because you got a quarterback who's emerging as one of the best ones right now, and then Michael Penix. And I know a lot of people will say, well, he hasn't faced a defense. Well, he's going to. Believe me, he's going to next week against Michigan. And if he continues to shine the way he did, I can definitely see his draft value upgrading the way C.J. Stroud did last year. There was a lot of doubt about C.J. Stroud, but after his performance against one of the best defense in the country last year against Georgia, a lot of his draft status went up. So he ended up being picked over a second over behind Bryce Young, which if you look at it now, C.J. Stroud probably would have been the main one, which is who I wanted, by the way. But that's pretty much it. I just wanted to check in with y'all, let y'all know. There's still one game left. Don't forget, us real diehards will be there cheering, watching. The plan is to hopefully go to Rosarito for a watch party down there in Papa's and Bear. We'll see how that goes. I know I like to plan things, but you never know. Things can come up. Either way, one way or another, I will be watching the game. We will be dropping another show later on this week, previewing the matchup against Denver, as far as going over what we're going to be doing this offseason. I'm looking to do a lot of different things, on this channel on this offseason. So if this is your first time tuning in, or if you're constantly watching, appreciate you. A couple boys out there, my boy D Menace, Robert Pena, my guy Randy. And there's so many of you out there that appreciate you guys. But we're going to be doing things this offseason. I'm going to do a lot of I'm going to start doing some Madden streaming. I used to be really big into Madden back in the day. I used to do tournaments, play for money. So I'm going to see about getting back into that and being able to stream some Madden games. And then also looking into the draft, some scouting, some combines, free agency, things of that nature. Because, like I said, I love this team. I'm always going to be about this team. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's helping. It's helping. We're trying to get to 100, the road to 100. We can subscribe. You guys can share. If we get to 100, once we get to 100, I'll do a small giveaway. Do a small giveaway. I have a lot of collectibles. I have a lot of memorabilia. I also do gear. I have my hats. I have my hoodies. Maybe we'll give one of these away. Shout out to OG Mari. I saw her this weekend for Raider Dolls, and I got my little Raider chain, going on as well. So thank you all for the continued support. And as always, from the womb to the tomb, there's only one real true nation, and that's the Raider Nation, y'all. Peace out. Love y'all.